Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Macy's has come through in the clutch. They have delivered my package with a record-setting pace. Yes, I have the most wanted Parfum. I bought this as soon as it popped up on their website because it's one I've been looking forward to, and they pretty much just chucked that baby in a box and flew it straight to my doorstep. They didn't actually do that, but that's what it feels like. So, the most wanted Parfum, here it is, unmasked in all its glory. I've been wearing this today. I couldn't help myself. I opened it up as soon as it came, sprayed it on, and got some opinions on it as well. So let's go ahead and check this out, and I'll tell you what I think about the most wanted Parfum. Is this one worth checking out, or is it complete gutter trash? Let's see. First up, guys, you know what we gotta do. We gotta check out the presentation. Here is the box. Got the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size, and concentration right there on the front. Got more info up at the top. Pretty much the same stuff, just written in a different way. On the back, you have your ingredient information. On the side, a little more info. Life is a celebration. Step into the light and enjoy the moment. It's your time to shine. Thanks, Azzaro. That's very uplifting, touches my soul. And then on the bottom, you're gonna find your badge code. The entire badge code here is ABUD1EG, a bud 1EG. And here we have the bottle, and I gotta say, I love the way it looks. Up top, with that kind of matte black finish, looks the same as the first The Most Wanted. Only now on the bottom, instead of being all black, it's black at the very bottom and has a gradient going up to kind of a deep whiskey amber coloration. Looks very good. As always, it looks like a revolver, and you have the name of the house on the tip top of the cap, and the cap does click into place. On the bottom, you have your sticker and your badge code, which is etched into the glass. So there's the presentation. Some people are gonna think, wow, tacky, I hate it. Me? I like it. I think it looks cool. Yeah, what does that say about my personal taste? I don't know. Azzaro's Wanted is one of those lines. When it first came out, everybody could not wait to meme on it. Everybody couldn't wait to hate on it. They saw the revolver bottle style and thought, ooh, tacky, tacky, like Paco Rabanne, only worse. They smelled the fragrance and they thought, oh, it's like Paco Rabanne, only worse. Or maybe better. Some people like Azzaro Wanted more than Paco Rabanne Invictus, but yeah, Wanted does smell similar to Invictus. Just the whole launch of the fragrance really had a lot of different moments where at the time, a lot of people were wanting to hate on it, and hate on it they did. Still though, all things considered, the original Azzaro Wanted, for the price it goes for at discounters, is a really good pickup for a lot of people. Very versatile, easy to wear, compliment pulling. Then they came out with Wanted by Night, which I love. Really changed it up a lot. Doesn't really have much of anything to do with the original. Then there was Wanted Tonic, which we won't talk about. And then the Most Wanted that came out last year, which utilized toffee in there, kind of drawing it in to what's very popular at the moment with the caramel and the hazelnut and the chestnut and all those notes. And the Most Wanted is a fragrance that grew on me a lot. When I first smelled it, I thought, it's okay. Nothing to write home about, nothing amazing. Then as I wore it more out and about, got more reactions wearing it, came to really appreciate it. Big time compliment puller. If that's your thing, it'll do it for you. And that brings us to the current day with this one, the Most Wanted Parfum. Azzaro being lazy once again, giving us 3 notes in the note breakdown.
I friggin' hate it.
Please brands, quit being lazy, give us more than 3 notes. I know it's easy, but I hate it. And some of you out there hate it too. So it's got a top of red ginger, a mid of woody notes, and a base of bourbon vanilla. And those woody notes you can find described a few different ways. Essentially, it's supposed to be kind of a smoky wood. So when you first spray on the Most Wanted, you do pick up that red ginger. It's very fresh, it's lively, zingy, almost fiery. Like if there was a pimento note in there also, I wouldn't question it, but it's almost like they combined the ginger and a potential peppery type pimento note and just said, hey, red ginger. There's a touch of sweetness to the ginger here, but it's not as sweet as maybe you're accustomed to when you're just smelling a straight up ginger note. While this is definitely not devoid of sweetness, I would say comparing this one to the original The Most Wanted, that the original The Most Wanted is the sweeter of the two, especially off the top. That cardamom here gives you more of that sweet, spicy kind of feel, whereas the red ginger here, as I said, more of a zingy, almost fiery spiciness. The opening of the Most Wanted Parfum isn't bad, but it's not the best part. As it dries down, it gets a lot better to my nose. Do keep in mind though, I have worn this fragrance approximately once today. So yeah, we're just scraping the surface here, guys. As it dries down, that woodiness starts to come out, supported by the bourbon vanilla. At first, the woodiness almost comes across a little bit dusty instead of smoky. So it's almost like this faint hint of dust or powder, but not a whole lot. Thankfully, that quickly switches up, and then it does start to smell ever so slightly smoky, but not much. It is just the faintest hint. It does add a nice bit of depth though. Really enjoy it, think it smells great, and that vanilla does wonders here. I think the vanilla actually smells better here in the new version, the Most Wanted Parfum, than in the original, the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. Because this one over here is concentrating on that toffee along with the vanilla, so it's kind of like this sweet on sweet. Whereas with this one, it's a little more balanced, you know? You have that woodiness, again, faint puff of smoke coming through the woods, kind of offsetting some of the sweetness from the vanilla. It still does have sweetness, as I've said. I don't want you to think that this is like a wood bomb. It ain't. But it does have a little bit of that contrast there. You know, it's slightly, the sweetness is slightly offset. Now, I think both smell really good. I do. But through this first wearing, I would tell you guys, I like this one more, the new one. The Most Wanted Parfum, I think, smells really nice. Though, when I very first initially smelled it, I wasn't a big fan. I thought, nothing to write home about. Kind of the same idea I had with this one, you know? It was when it dried down that I thought, oh, it's smelling pretty good. I like this. And then I sprayed it on again, kind of went through the whole opening through the mid again. And I like the opening more that second time. And I like the dry down more the second time as well. So it's that kind of fragrance that's growing on me already. So yeah, this one I really like. I keep coming back to it. You know, it's one of those fragrances where I've got it on and I just keep smelling it, smelling it, smelling it all day. It definitely changes a good amount from the opening into the mid, and then again from the mid into the dry down. So there are 3 separate parts of the fragrance where you can easily say, yeah, much different from here to there to there. It's not one of those scents you spray on and it stays pretty much the same way the entire way through. But at the same time, it doesn't come across crazy complex. And part of that also is going to be because of that note breakdown. You're kind of just looking for, you know, a few different things in there, or at least you're seeking out those few things that they pop in there and say, hey, here's what you're looking for, right? A very simplified roadmap of a fragrance. At different times while I was smelling this, you know, I could stretch my imagination, really stretch it out, and think, oh man, there's like a little bit of a booziness here. At one point I thought, does that smell kind of like coffee for a second? Not really, but for just a moment there in the dry down when I was smelling it, I was thinking to myself, man, they could have put that probably as like a nuance in there and not too many people would have questioned it. That said, the second time I smelled the fragrance, I didn't really pick up on any of that kind of coffee vibe. It was just like one of those moments. And you know, underneath it all, could you find maybe even a touch of like lavender or something in there? Lightly, kind of covered up by everything else. At times, yeah, it does smell like you could. But again, they're keeping the note breakdown super simple. So thanks for that, Azzaro. So my wife, what'd she think about it? Well, she didn't like it as much as me. She didn't dislike it, but she basically just did that deal where she smells it and goes, yeah, it's not bad. This right here, when you see this, yeah, what do you think about it? I was thinking maybe she'd really go for it, you know, but she basically just said there are a lot of fragrances out there that smell better. There are a lot of fragrances out there that smell worse. It's all right. So take that for what it's worth. Now, interestingly here, this fragrance is not a spring or summer scent. Imagine that. Yeah. The Most Wanted Parfum, not for summer? What? Yes. More a fall and winter time scent, and it's going to be more of an evening scent than a daytime scent, just like this fragrance right here. Imagine that. So it's coming out at the wrong time of year, but I guess it is what it is. You take what we can get. I think this would be a very good night out fragrance though, date night fragrance. I think that it's just got that right balance for me, you know? It's got that sweetness, but not too much. It doesn't go too far down that road. It changes up from the opening to the mid to the dry down. So it keeps me wanting to keep checking it out, you know, kind of following along with the changes as they happen. It's got good mass appeal to it, even if my wife gave me that. And overall, I myself am looking forward to wearing this a lot. I like this. Do I like it more than Wanted by Night? Too early to say that. Would I rather wear this than the original, The Most Wanted? As I said earlier, yes. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Gonna give it some more wear, heading toward fall, most likely. So you may not see a review on this one for a minute. I'm not sure. Maybe if it stays cool, you know, over the next week or two, I can wear it and pop out a review. We'll see. So there we go. The Most Wanted Parfum. Surprisingly, really solid. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Thank you for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.